All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to another Filmageddon video. Yeah, that's what this is, because we're pre-recording this with me, the old quizmaster here, Frank Soldato, and of course my filmy friend, Mr. Adam Grundy, all the way on the other side of the world. How are you doing, Adam?
I'm alright, Frank. It's good to see you, and it was great to see another Filmageddon quiz. Another hitting it right out of the ballpark, which is of the moment.
Another late night for yourself.
It was a late night, but an early morning. No, it was a late night. I guess the defining thing of a late night and early morning is presupposing you've been to sleep already.
Yes.
Late night is that you never went to sleep. In fact, someone who never goes to sleep ever is always just having a late night, like the last night in Soho by Edgar Wright. Oh my God, the critics are
out now in cinemas. Get your tickets while they're hot, everybody. You're paying for 2/3 of a movie, which is great. You get that other bit. That's a bonus, or maybe it's to its detriment. Anyway, that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to rag on the films. We'll do that off camera. We do it a lot. What we're here to do is go over what happened in the quiz last night, so let's not waste any time. Let's bring up the answers. It's been a while since we've done one of these. Yeah, we went through the answers last night. If you're watching this, you probably don't want to know. I'll just show you. Look, there's not a lot of green here for the trivia bit. And then we went to the...
Psycho.
What's that?
Got a lot on the Psycho stuff. I mean, that's impressive,
Yes.
I mean, and also, what was that? Was this the toilet one? Was that the toilet question?
That was the toilet one.
We got a little, there was a little bit of first time using a toilet, but it meant flushing toilet, I believe. I can't remember doing it.
Well, supposedly it's the first time a toilet was flushed in an American film. I thought it was the first time a toilet was shown in an American film. But
I mean, they were conservative. They were very conservative, like sort of Hollywood. The cowboys kind of kissing the dame at the end, but a horse coming in front and not being able to show that. But I think at the point of going, don't even show a toilet. That's when you know.
We should get back to that, because I really don't want to see toilets in the films that I watch. And then we went to the soundtrack round, which was pretty... For soundtrack round, it was pretty tough, I would say. Even though they were more modern movies, as we sort of, I think, was pointed out in the chat. A lot of modern horror soundtracks all sound the same.
Yeah.
And it's sort of all across the board here with what people did, but... Yeah, it looked pretty tough from the green there. And then was Box Office Mojo, Mofo, whatever we call it. Who knows anymore? It was a tough one. I'm surprised so many people got Freddy vs. Jason, if I'm honest. I thought more people maybe would have put like the Friday the 13th remake or something. Lots of people got Scream, Saw. A lot of people got Bride of Chucky, which I did not expect, because I feel like people forget about Bride and Seed of Chucky a lot and don't really consider them sort of parts of the franchise, if you know what I mean.
They're wrong then. Fuck you if that's you.
I mean, Ronnie Yu gets on this list twice. He made 2 of the best horror movies ever.
And if you're going to be on a list in Hollywood, this is probably the best one to be on. And the safest one, at least. Not one of those.
Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, not too many. A lot of people got Halloween, and now this one was a bit of a, some people when they put their answers in for these, they will in brackets afterwards they'll say like the year or remake or whatever. But when it comes to Halloween, if you just put Halloween, I gave you the point. So if you meant the original Halloween, you got away with one there. But there's no way that we could tell. So gonna have to give you like a little write-in after those on future quizzes where it's like remake or original. Just make it that much tougher.
It'll only get worse as long as it goes on. Not the quiz, I mean, Hollywood.
Yearly Departed this month was another tough one. Another controversial one with the UK release dates, but we're sticking to our guns, at least for now. Maybe there'll be a wild card at some point soon. But yeah, as you can see, not a terrible amount of green, though a couple of teams did get it green across the board, which is nuts. It's crazy. Except for the Blair Witch Project. Pretty much everybody got the Blair Witch Project. Except for the person that put Mask Film, which they probably meant Nightbreed, I'm guessing.
Mask Film. Dull funny.
Just dull funny. And then what was the next round? Oh, the obscured round with the vampires. No, it wasn't. That's a lie. It was the letterboxd round. And again, most people got the letterboxd round. People understand the letterboxd round. The Exorcist was a pretty tough one, but I think the chapstick line gives it away there. But pretty much everybody nailed that round. And then it was the vampire round, where not too many people got John Carpenter's vampires. And I think even fewer got Blackula. And then the one that really was tough was the Night Flyer, which only had 4 correct answers, and Dracula AD 1972. So well done if you got Dracula AD 1972, which meant there could only be 2 teams that were sort of in the ballpark for that tiebreaker. Because
unless they just guessed.
Unless they just guessed. Well, someone down here put Dracula 1977 AD, which is wrong, but I guess they'd be in a ballpark then as well.
Yeah, but you did say that with the end of the tiebreaker, it would be by 1 because it was it Dracula 2000?
It was. So the next one, which was funny, so it came up in the chat, obviously, that Dracula 2000 was also referred to as Dracula 2001 in some other territories. Yet nobody put Dracula 2001. Everybody who got it right put Dracula 2000.
So what was the argument for then?
I think we're just making the point that hey, if someone put Dracula 2001, it's a correct answer, and also your tiebreaker should be you should add 1 to that tiebreaker. So I was going to if it came to it, but luckily it didn't come to it. And I thought when I was looking up the clips, like. I thought I remembered. I'm like, was this movie called Dracula 2001? Even though, like, when I saw it, it was Dracula 2000, but I could swear I remembered something about 2001, and then it came back to bite me. So there you go.
Listen, would you rather have right now Dracula 2000 in the palm of your hand on DVD Blu-ray, or would you rather have Kebab 3000, which I believe is right next to the Star Bethnal Green in Bethnal Green?
I tell you what. If I could somehow get both, I'd be really happy. If I could sit back with that kebab, watching that film, because that film is better than it has any right to be.
Maybe next time we're in London, we should film a little bit. I don't even know if it's still going. Kebab 3000, I'm sure it's been gentrified into like some flat or something.
The Meat Hut. It's a gastro kebab shop. They specialize in micro kebabs.
And we close at 7 p.m. Like, this should really be open really late.
What specials do you have? So we don't actually have a menu. You have to. The only way to find out what's on the menu is to talk to somebody who's ordered already. Like,
yeah. We serve them exclusively on a copy of Dracula 2000 on Laserdisc because it's bigger portion.
Of course. And then there was poster taglines. A lot of people did really well in poster taglines. And a lot of people saw through what I thought was the tricky tagline for Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Because there was a couple of better taglines, more appropriate taglines for Killer Clowns from Outer Space. But that didn't stop everybody mostly from getting that one right. And then, of course, over-the-top kills. And this had the hardest question in the quiz because it was, I think, the only question where only one team got that correct with laid to rest. That was the one where the knife goes in the side of the guy's face and just slices his face off. So very well done if you got that. And yeah, those were all the answers. And one team, the team that got closest to the tiebreak, we didn't need the tiebreaker in the end, but one team got 4,034, which was not far off at all. All the other teams, the next closest teams, were all in the 2,000s. So it was that Dracula 1972 AD which did it. And I want to say, yes, it's team We Still Believe coming up with the goods there. So well done, even though it didn't do anything to the score.
You got that the one that was the one at the end. It was just one person, one team answered the question right. Who got that one?
Oh, that maybe that was the same. No. So let's see. Team 26, which was the Lost Boys Needed More Saxman.
These are strong teams. Strong teams providing the strong answers.
Well, let's get into what the results were here. So let's go to the results here.
Yeah, thank you.
We got the results. We're starting from the bottom to the top. Remember, if your team's in yellow, you didn't win anything. But we thought it was funny enough. Lots of good names. They're all funny names, really. We just sometimes point out more. So, Les Quizerables in 25th place with 13 points. Everyone above us cheated with 20 points. Keanu's Angels, 20. Prince Andrew Cinema, 21. Lords of Schlock Down, 22. The Three Quizegos, 22. Triplets of Belleville, 22. Castor Troy's Chocolate Homunculus, 22. Lots of 22s. Scared Sheetless. Ha. 23.
Halloween.
Boo!
Halloween. Ah!
Norwegian Brown Cheese with 23. Anarchy,
Nice.
99. Inspiration Isolation Station. Insert topical quiz name here. And the Shrekfist Club all with 23. Advent Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 with 24. Croydon Facelift Massacre, 25. Groundhog Dames, 25. Luke Ibitsin, and then in brackets, don't count this unless you want to, JK or maybe with 28 points. So well done, Luke. The Sanderson sisters, great, 28 points. Aquafina Quarantina, 23. Berry Shit PPEs, and the Fellowship of the Film Bus with 31. The Thingamajigs, I quite like that, with 33 points. Lethal Mullet with 35. Some Like It Hoth. Whore. Oh, the Whore. You think? See?
I like it. I like it.
36 points. Boots Closed Motorcycle, 37. Rocky 13, The Wrath of Butkus with 38. Home Alone with a Cat, 38. Witch Don't Kill My Vibe, 39. Doggy Chow and Chompers with 39. Oh, Champers with 39. I always say Chompers. I always just jump to that. Featured Presentation Productions with 43. COVID Hasselhoff with 44. Oh, we're getting to the top. We Still Believe with 51. Team Penis Pumpkins, especially Nice and Soup.
Oh, that's true.
That's, yeah.
That's true.
We love pumpkins in the soup, but not penises in our pumpkin soup. With 55 points. The Forever Purge of Sewage in UK waters is 59 points, which gets us close to the top, so let's reveal. 4th place, Tequila Mockingbird with 60 points. 3rd place, Godzilla vs. the Filmageddon Champions League with 64 points. And the top... Oh, 2nd place, 65 points. The Lost Boys Needed More Sax, man. And at the top, Watkins Wanderers, 68 points. A 2nd win in a row for Watkins Wanderers. Congratulations. Only missing out 12 points there. So a very strong score. Very strong scores from a lot of the top teams there. Which brings us, of course, to the Champions League. Now, you've seen the scores, so you've got a good idea if you're advancing, especially if you're up top. But let's just remind ourselves here.
I'm reminded.
So, these were the final standings. Every team above the red line was in the Champions League. But we had 2 no-shows. 2 teams.
Disgraceful.
Disgraceful. How dare you have something better to do with your time? 2 teams were no-shows that we could tell because we didn't have any matching team names or email addresses. So if you are one of the teams that we say was a no-show but you were actually there, you should have paid attention to the rules that I said at the beginning. So 2 teams dropped out, which gave us an updated final standings of this. So Anarchy 99 and the Croydon Facelift Massacre slip in at the bottom, and every other team moved up accordingly. Which, if we're going to take a look, which is a scary Halloween thing, you know?
Yeah, the Vivitch.
The Vivi. So, this was the original bracket, Adam.
Okay, I see it now.
This was the original one, but that was before all the teams moved around, because basically the 2 teams that didn't show up, we removed, everybody moved up accordingly, and then we put in the last 2 teams at 15 and 16, which gave us our updated bracket to this. So,
right.
A lot of confusion because we had to update it. But here's what the matchups were: Godzilla versus Croydon Facelift Massacre, Closed Boots and Motorcycle versus the Rocky 7 Adrian's Revenge team. Our team is Borked versus COVID Hasselhoff, Watkins Wanderers versus Fellowship of the Film Buffs, the Lost Boys Needed More Saxman versus Some Like It Hoth, We Still Believe versus Doggy Chow and Champers. Featured Presentation versus Tequila Mockingbird. And Team Penis versus Anarchy 99. And as we said, you saw the scores. You probably got a good idea what happened. But here's what we're looking at. So, Team Godzillaverse advances with a 64-25 win over Croydon Facelift Massacre. Well done, Croydon. You slipped in. You managed to get in on a technicality, but you're right out of it. But still, well done, and thank you for playing.
The true wild card. The true wild cards of this whole thing.
There it is. This was the closest matchup here. With the upset, Rocky 7, Adrian's Revenge defeats Closed Boots and Motorcycle 38-37.
That is incredible.
I
love it, and it could be anyone. It's anyone on their day. That's
it.
The best thing about this.
It's so exciting, and this is why we do it, folks. And then our team is Borked advances 59-44. Thanks for playing, COVID Hasselhoff. Walk-ins Wanderers, winners of 2 straight, 68-31. They were going to be hard to beat. Well, impossible to beat because they were the top team this time. They could have literally beat anyone on that board this month.
But that's not how this works.
Nope. The Lost Boys needed more Saxman with the 65-36 win over Some Like It Hoth. Team We Still Believe with the 51-39 win over Doggy Chow and Champers. Tequila Mockingbird with the upset win over the 7th seed Featured Presentation, 60-43. Big upset there. Big upset with a big score from Tequila Mockingbird. And finally, Penis is going to be hard to beat. It's going to be... Yeah, because...
Hang on, what did you say?
They get the win, 55-23. So... these are the matchups we're looking for the next quiz, and whether that quiz is in November or other, we'll soon find out. But
who knows?
Team Godzillaverse, still the top seed, obviously, and they're going to be taking on Rocky 7, Adrian's Revenge. Our team is Borked, which is going to take on Walk-ins Wanderers. The Lost Boys Need More Saxman versus We Still Believe, and Tequila Mockingbird versus Team Penis. And there are some really good matchups here. And judging from the scores from the year, but certainly from this last quiz, they could be some pretty close matchups, Adam.
There will be. Thanks, Frank. I'm right now at the field, and we are speaking to... Imagine we pulled on someone who was in one of these teams.
God.
It would be biased.
We should have done that. I should have tried to get a hold of like one person from each team. We will do before the final. We'll do like a whole sort of, I don't know, sports center type thing.
Yeah. We'll figure something out. You'd like everything. We're just coming up with ideas now, and we'll do them or not do them. Which is
in lieu of a good prize.
You can talk on the internet. No, it looks good. I mean, I think definitely on the left side there's some really strong, like Walk-in Wanderers. They keep doing it. They've been doing it, and they did really well last year in one. But also, Godzilla versus. I think they may have won a couple this year, so. They're going to be 2 strong teams on either side of the same bracket, but it's still a lot to play for. It could be an upset, I think it might be. But then on the other side of it, on the right hand side, 4 very strong, very similar teams. That's the thing, very similar.
So these were the scores and the standings. They don't have the new scores added in yet, but for the first 6 quizzes of the year. And Walk-ins Wanderers with a strong 71 in the last quiz, and then they won this quiz. So 2 wins in a row, but as we can see, the red is 3rd place finishes, the yellow is 2nd. So they've had a lot of top finishes. Team Godzillaverse, they've had 3 wins this year. Team Penis has had 3 wins this year. So you know what? If these teams have to come down to it and have to, if I was a betting man, and I would never gamble with this, Adam, but. If I was a betting man, I would say this next round, there's going to be some close matchups for sure, but there's also probably going to be a couple of one-siders. And I'm not saying that to put anyone down, but that's what my gut is telling me. But by the time we get down to the final 4, I think you're going to have to literally be at the top of your game to win your matchup. Because if... I've got an idea of which sort of 4 teams we'll have to do, we should have done like an NCAA bracket thing, where at the start of this we all do our predictions. That would have been the smart thing to do.
If everyone does it, like, I mean, what, everyone who takes part in the quiz, like, everyone's just gonna vote for themselves.
Well, yeah.
Just, like, I mean, you know, but I think there's definitely it just depends on the theme as well. Some themes like horror, there's a lot of people who are very passionate about horror films.
Yep.
A lot of people are very passionate about something like Disney, and then you have, like, you know, like Christmas films or whatever. So it just depends what your strongest is, and on the day, I mean, look, those teams can any team there can upset the other one, which is what's exciting about film trivia.
I'm gonna have to do we're gonna do something interesting with these last few quizzes. There could be new rounds, there could be the loss of certain rounds, there could be new themes. I think people have gotten a bit too comfortable in the way we do things, and what better time to change it up and to throw a couple of curveballs than right when everybody's playing for ultimate victory over everyone else.
Yes, the grand prize of... Yes, it's going to be. It's one for the record books. You know,
it's gonna. Hey, trophies are not a dime a dozen, especially if it's a big one like this big. If it's this big,
you can share it all. It's like, you know, like our fantasy football one that I'm still yet to have received.
Yeah, yeah, you know. That message goes out to someone. It'll have to be like when like a football team over here wins. The team owner gets the cup and everyone else gets a medal, and it's like, I also want the cup. But congratulations again to everybody who took part in the quiz, everyone who won their matchups in the first round of the Champions League playoffs, and Walk-ins Wanderers for another 68 points. Still can't believe it because it was a hard one for sure. But Adam, I think that's all we've got right now, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think there's anything else. We don't need to do anything else. Apart from say, thank you for taking part in the quiz. Thank you to the people who subscribed to us on Twitch and who a couple of people donated us some coffees. Very appreciative of that as always, because as we say, it always helps the channel. And you can probably expect a few more things from us over the next few months, because now things are slowing down a bit, things are getting a bit more settled, and we hope to do some more streams and videos and stuff like that. So if you would be so inclined, you can watch it. If not, you don't have to. I don't care. I care. No, I really do. That's why we do this stuff, so people are entertained. Anything to say, Adam, before we go?
No, just thanks. And much appreciated. Thanks everyone for sort of, you know, taking part. I know sometimes, you know, it's like a little, we're not here this month, we're not there that month. It's a lot of change between both of us.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's just nice to know that people will take time out on a Wednesday night to take part in some little film trivia, which it's all silliness, isn't it? But, you know, that's where the fun is. And, you know, take care of each other. And, you know, just have fun.
All right, well, thank you, everybody. I'm trying to keep it together here for both of us. But yes, thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you at the next video or stream or quiz or tweet or whatever. Take care. Bye-bye.